Welcome to the TVMusic Network Podcast with Phyllis and Belinda. I'm Belinda.
And I'm Phyllis.
And today we're going to talk about TV.
Yeah, there's a lot of TV, as you guys know. So many good shows on right now. There's so much to choose from. And this is part 2 of our television extravaganza, as I'm going to call it, where we focus on shows that are cable and streaming.
Yes. Part 1, if you haven't listened to it, you can go back and listen. We talked about all the network TV shows.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things on network. We don't want to say that network's not important. It's just as popular, positive, worth watching. There's so many good shows on there. But then there's shows that you have to pay for too.
Yeah, so that's why we broke it up in 2 parts, because there's just way too many shows to talk
Right.
about. So this one focuses on, I don't know, should I call it cable or should we just call it streaming?
I just said cable. I call it TV that you pay for.
Okay.
That's what I call it.
That you pay for.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about just a few of the shows.
Yeah, a few must-sees.
Yeah, a few must-sees. There's so many channels. There's no way we can possibly cover every single show.
Right.
But we're just going to talk about a few that are playing on a couple channels and what we think of them, what we don't think of them. Some we haven't seen yet, but we heard about them. We're just going to tell you all about them.
Yeah, things that we hope to watch.
Yeah. What do you want to start with Disney Plus?
Okay. Disney Plus has a lot of things on right now. There's a lot of movies the show has that were big summer box offices. There's Deadpool and Wolverine's on there. Inside Out 2, which is a big hit this summer, is on there as well. There are a few television shows that are part of, if you get Hulu and Disney Plus, there's some things that are integrated together that you can watch. There is a show, I think it's Hulu. It might be Hulu, but I've watched it on Disney Plus, called Interior Chinatown, which is about a guy who works at a restaurant that gets involved in this spy thing. And that seems pretty good. And there's also the one show we both watched together, that How to Die Alone. It's all the seasons on it, but that show was really good. And it was relatable in a way because it's about a black girl. She feels like she's kind of lonely. She lives by herself. She thinks she's going to be in love with this guy, like her main guy or something, but she doesn't really know how to tell him and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of funny. And then she's got her family life, and she works at the airport in New Jersey. That's the part that's even funnier, because I think anybody who's had some kind of retail kind of job where you have to do customer service or you deal with customers or deal with people all the time can certainly relate to it.
Oh, definitely. The best thing about it's an interesting show.
Right.
What caught my attention was that she worked at the airport.
Right.
And to see that behind the scenes, I have friends that work at the airport.
Right.
And the stories they tell you and the things you hear, like in all different aspects. And this girl works and she's driving the cart to take a while. They got a supervisor, and then they see Lizzo at the airport. So
oh my God, that was funny.
Employees take off to go see her. They get in trouble because they left their station. And then
and that totally happened when I would work at a retail place, and you see somebody famous walk in. Halle Berry walks in. We're like, oh my God, Halle Berry's in the store. All the stock guys would come out. Here's all the stuff to come and check her out, which I think was kind of funny. So it's relatable.
I'm like, what's going on? And like, get back to your counter, you know?
Right.
You want celebrities to be treated like celebrities. You want them to be treated like regular people so they want to come back to your store.
Right.
And everybody's all cool. And then you got this one fool and a guy at the stock room coming out because I heard so-and-so was here. Yeah.
There's also a lot of great documentaries on Disney Plus, great music ones. John Williams has one that was very recently out about his career stuff. Then there's also the Beach Boys, the Beatles have a particular one too. And Elton John has one coming up. I'm not sure if it's out just yet, but it is coming up. And it's about things that are going on. So Disney Plus has a lot of things for you right now. And then on December 3rd is The Skeleton Crew, which is a Star Wars related story starring Jude Law, which is supposed to tie in to the upcoming Star Wars movies and the series to bring it all together for the next couple years. So that's all very exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean,
too much.
I mean, the music of John Williams, of course, that's one that's, out.
Right.
You go through that full calendar for just for November.
Yeah, you can be there forever.
Just for November, they have, a bunch of stuff that's on Disney Plus. They even got like just everything. There's so much going on. I shouldn't say just everything, but
yeah,
there's like a lot of things going on. Later, Late to the Party, coming out later in life.
Right.
Just came on, and Almost Christmas Story just was out. Me and Mickey, they have a bunch of shorts.
Yeah.
That just came out. Then you also have your regular TV shows that are also on. They're like your Dance with the Stars and all that. But that,
right.
Basically, if you go to Disney Plus, just looking at, and this weekend coming up, this weekend coming up will be The Descendants, The Rise of the Red, the sing-along version.
Yeah, I like The Descendants. I thought it was good.
Coming.
Right.
There's the Broken Karaoke shorts, and then there's the Mickey and Minnie Christmas Carol shorts, season 1, 5 episodes, and don't forget the Beatles 64.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going on Disney Plus. There's always things happening.
Right, exactly.
I love watching Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Then you can also, if you don't want to see a bunch of new stuff, there's a bunch of old stuff.
Classic stuff, I
should say old. Classic stuff that you can watch.
Right.
Like you can watch Hamilton.
Oh,
you can watch
it for the nostalgia. I always try to watch Hamilton. I don't know how many times I've seen it, but yes. The original Broadway cast was recorded back in 2016, I believe it was, when Disney came on. And it got a lot of people through the lockdown. Because a lot of people watched it together with Lin-Manuel Miranda. It had Leslie Odom Jr. and Renee Elise Goldberry, Anthony Ramos, among others in the cast.
There's so many. And there's so many now that you may have not known then that have taken off and have made their way. You didn't know their names.
Ariana
DeBose and everybody else. There's a lot of things coming up on that. I mean, there's times where I just, I can't think how many times I've seen Hamilton on there. To the point.
I've probably seen it twice as much as you have.
It was my leave town. I come back, and the very end of Hamilton, you know exactly when I'm coming from the airport, and the very end of Hamilton, I can hear as I'm coming up to my door. I'm like, she's on that very last scene of Hamilton.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm like, or I'm doing It's like you always, so you play that all the time. I love playing it too.
Oh my God, that's great.
But my God, you can play that.
Yeah, so check out Disney Plus. Also, we have Netflix has a lot of good things going on right now too. There is a reality competition show which stars Ludacris, DJ Khaled, and Lotto, and that's season 2 of Rhythm and Flow, where they're looking for, the next big rap star. What is cool about that is that they are in Atlanta this year, which is where Lotto is from and where Ludacris, I don't know if he's from there, but he lives there. And so they flew some of the best people in competition to Atlanta, and them along with DJ Khaled are going to pick, the next person. What I liked about it was that all the cast people seemed talented, and they went to an actual club, and had them rapping. And they have people that are going to, some of the biggest names in rap right now. Glorilla, Remy Ma, Big Sean. They even got Eminem, Busta Rhymes, all those people to come and give them feedback, give them talent and stuff. And the thing that Ludacris always says is that we're going to keep it real. We're not sugarcoating anything because that's where we are. And it's Netflix and it's Atlanta. They are getting right straight up into it, which is good. Last year's winner, they had different people.
Different coaches.
Yeah.
Are they coaches? Are they judges? What are they on this show?
I call them judges. Okay. I don't know what they call them.
They probably are judges.
Yeah.
Okay.
And D Smoke, who, had a pretty good career, he's last year's winner. So we'll see who wins this year. And that's currently streaming on Netflix now.
And I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, which is very unusual because usually any type of music thing, I usually go and check it out ahead of time, or I go to the premiere. But I know they didn't do, I don't think they did a lot of press, but I don't remember an actual press event in LA.
Right.
To go to, but
it's mostly Atlanta.
Yeah, it's mostly Atlanta, which makes sense because a lot of shows are in Atlanta when they do their big press thing. They'll do it in Atlanta, but they do like a junket where they'll come to LA. Or they'll do a virtual junket, which is where you're online and you log in and the actors are online and they're usually at a hotel and they speak to different outlets and they do some do one-on-ones, some do them as press conferences.
Right.
And it's really a great way to advertise something and get more coverage for it.
Right.
Because back in the day, as I always say, you had to be at one of the two places to get a junket.
And it was exhausting.
I shouldn't say,
and sometimes
exactly
you couldn't really get it
yeah,
involved.
The majority of the things
right.
were taking place. Because they would do some before in other areas. And you'd have to wait to it and all that, too. So when you watch, but this way you can get more outlets in. You can get in one-on-one division. They do a press conference where they sit there and they talk to everyone. So when
right.
you watch interviews with celebrities and you go on YouTube, you're online, and you see them, and they're sitting there and they're answering, you know, questions. They're answering the same questions.
Right, over and over again. Right, which is why most of the times the carpet, they always called it a step and repeat. Because you're saying the same thing over and over again, but that outlet that's asking you the questions, this is the first time they're hearing it, and they're doing it for their readers.
And a lot of times when you do an interview, people ask that all the time. It's you want to ask, you have to ask the question everyone's going to ask because the whole idea is you got to get people to get on your site and watch the interview.
Right.
So and
you'd be remiss to get them on there and then not ask them about the current thing they're working on, or to not ask them something that has been in the news, or to get that sound bite and stuff. Yeah.
So the Rhythm and Flow, it looks like. Well, I'm definitely going to tune in, of course.
Yeah.
Because we love Ludacris, of course. You know, we've seen Ludacris before. He's worked everywhere, and we've seen him judging the competition before. So I'd be very curious to see what's happening.
Yeah.
On there.
Yeah, I think that's good. Then also that's playing on there that's really, really popular. People are still watching it and they have a chance to catch up. Is Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. And I know you watched that, Belinda. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I can tell you more about Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story.
Yeah.
Probably more than you want to hear, but I'll keep it short. First of all,
famous last words.
Okay, first of all, we've been hearing about this docuseries.
Now streaming on Netflix.
For a while. It started in September, but they advertised this like a long time ago. They were going to have this thing. This one's going to come out. We all know this case.
Right.
Well, I shouldn't say all of us, but most people know this case or heard about it or whatever. Especially if you live in California. It's all over California. And the interesting thing about it, when this whole thing happened and when it started, everything else, you know, I was still in Chicago. I just came to California when this whole thing started, so I know the case and just from living here in the 90s and all that. But a lot of people I talked to.
Do a quick recap.
Yeah, a quick recap about it, just so you know what it's about.
Right.
Well, let me tell you what the story's about.
Right.
And then, anyway, the story is about there's two brothers, Eric and Lyle Menendez, and they murdered their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. And Jose Menendez was a famous record executive who worked for RCA.
In L.A., right.
In L.A. and New York, and then also in L.A. And that was how I first heard the connection.
Right.
Because he used to work with the band Menudo. And I'm a big Menudo fan. I have friends that know Menudo. I've hung out with Menudo because of my friends. So that's how, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, we don't have the time.
We don't have time
But
that.
the Menudo that you hang around with was Charlie, Ricky Martin, Robbie Rosa.
Robbie,
right.
The I call them the old school Menudo guys.
Yeah.
Like 100 Menudo guys.
The most known.
Yeah, I hung out with the ones that made big. No, anyway, making a joke. The ones that went solo and blew up. Anyway, no.
Girl, stop.
That's just a joke.
Yeah.
Even the Vita Loca, it really wasn't the Vita Loca. But anyway, so that's how I kind of knew about that case. But so that's what happened in real life.
Right.
They murdered their parents. They said they murdered them. It was because it was a self-defense thing because the father was molesting the sons, and the wife knew about it, didn't say anything. There was also
didn't help them, right?
Didn't help them. It was that they were being physically and mentally abused.
Allegedly.
So that's the story that's out there. But people were saying that didn't happen. They were just rich, spoiled kids who killed their parents for money to inherit their money. Okay, so that's the story in real life.
Right.
In this docuseries, it's that story, but it's
Is it a docuseries? It's more like
it's not
biopic. It's a drama.
Yeah, it's not
based on.
Yeah, it's not a biopic. It's not like every single thing that happened.
Right, but it stars.
It's like Ryan Murphy's reenactment of it. So that's what's the controversy. Some of the scenes. Can you know when you do a autobiography.
Right.
And if you do his autobiography and you're like, and then you talk to someone who worked there and they're like, that didn't happen. This was Lucy Bay. This is Lucy Bay. This is some, maybe you can probably explain it better. So that's why there's been some controversy. There's a lot of fans that are like, don't like the Doctor series.
Okay, well, it stars Javier Bardem, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, Cooper Koch, Nathan Lane, Chloe Sevigny.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So basically, I heard about this project because I'm a huge fan of Nicholas Chavez. Nicholas Chavez got the role, came to the role. So then that's when I started researching just the role, researching what was happening with the role, checking out, what was happening, decided to see it, waited for it to come out. We even saw them filming it a couple times in L.A. Every time we would go out in L.A., they were filming this, and we kept going, what are they filming now? And you see people filming in L.A. all the time.
Right.
So I usually get nowhere. I don't really, I'm like, okay, there's the filming. You're holding up traffic. And then one day we thought, what are you shooting there? Oh, we're shooting this thing for Netflix. Okay, there's a housing to Netflix. Oh, it's about, I never forget the security guard said, oh, it's about some Ryan Murphy project. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, there's all some guys in a soap opera. I'm like, whoa, hold up. So anyway, that's why I started getting involved and finding out about this. But the really good thing about this is this project, it's 9 episodes, and it is so good. You cannot stop watching it.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about it is the acting. The 4 main actors.
Right.
Nicholas Cooper, Javier with his Oscar.
Winning ass.
Exactly,
with his ass, yeah.
Yeah. And Chloe. The 4 of them are so tight, and they're so good. And they just make you, if you watch one episode, you want to watch another one. And you want to watch another one.
Right.
And then you're like going, did this happen? You want to look it up. You want to research it. And I think that's what makes it, the 4 of them in that ensemble. If they don't get that nomination for SAG for a limited series, when they nominate the whole cast, what are we doing here? Because
that'd be a travesty.
Yeah, and then not just the 4 of them. Nathan Lane.
Right.
Plays Dominic.
He's supporting, right?
Yeah. Ari Gator does. There's just so many levels. When you look at the supporting people in this cast, everyone is like bringing their A game. It was kind of like, all right, you're here, you're in, this episode, and you need to bring it. And then there's even people in that like have 5 lines or 6 lines in their episode, and they're great. But those are the main 4 that stand out. And then you got, Nathan and Ari, and it's just really, it's good acting. It's like, It's like over the top. It's like serious. It makes you like the parts you laugh. There's parts you want to cry. There's parts you're like, come on. And last about that, because I know we're short of time, I can talk about that for quite a while. It's going to be a big award show contender in that limited series category. Right. And Netflix, ain't no one doing it like Netflix. They had flyers and promos and promotion and billboards all over Los Angeles.
Right.
To the point I've never seen a show with more billboards, and we see 1,000.
Right.
And one day I went to Sunset, and I had to go from Beverly Hills to downtown, and you went all the way down Sunset, and I was like, how many billboards? I went, and I was like, let me film them. And so I think there's a lot of promotion for it.
Right.
And now that now you're seeing the cast promoting the movie again, the series again, because everyone's promoting it for award consideration. People
right.
How come we're promoting
it? And I just like a lot of people haven't seen it, they've heard about it. A lot of people
haven't seen it, haven't heard about it.
And now's their time. They probably have a little time off.
Yeah.
So they're catching up on, television, so then they'll watch it.
Yeah, I have friends who are like, I haven't watched it yet, but you've been talking about I'm going to watch it over the holiday break.
Mm-hmm.
So it's streaming now on Netflix, and it was #1 for quite a while there. So you should check it out and see what's happening on.
Yeah. And then to get into Netflix, get into the holiday spirit, there is one of the movies we watched the other night, Meet Me Next Christmas.
Yes.
With Christina Milian, which was a really cute movie. Was cheesy in a good way.
Yeah.
And, the cheesier the better. And I just thought it was a very cute movie.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you like, I was very happy to see Pentatronics, because I love Pentatronics.
I love them. They had a good focus of it.
Rocking with them since they were on, since they made their start. And I like it. It's cute. It's got the meet cute. It's got the cheesiness.
Yeah.
It's got the, oh, come on.
Yeah, it's got the, are they going to fall in love?
Yeah.
What are they going to, and yeah, it has that oh my God, here comes this, the familiar tropes that that a rom-com has, or a holiday movie. It feels like a Hallmark movie, but it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other things going on. But like you said, Pentatronics is in it, and I love that because they have speaking parts. They have a whole side little story. Yeah. Their songs are really cute. It's very Christmassy. Yeah. So if you're like into that, it's fine. I know it's before Thanksgiving, but still, they released it early. It was good. Yeah, and it's doing really well on Netflix.
That's the whole point, to release it. Another thing I like about it too is that it's people of color in the lead part. And I say that because it's on Netflix. I'm saying there's not people of color on Netflix, because there is. But I like it that it's people of color, and it's written that anyone can watch it. Mm-hmm. Anyone can say it. You're not going to watch it and be like, well, I can't watch this because I'm not the culture.
I can't relate. Everybody can relate to falling in love or, liking somebody. You're not sure if they like you. It's got a lot of funny stuff in it, too.
Yeah. She's great. She's great. She's one of the executive producers of it.
Yes, she is.
She's the executive producer of it. And the two guys that's in the movie with her, too, it's always like you got, two guys.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like, though, is that she had two guys. Yeah. And the second guy, the Airport James, that's what we're calling him, one of the characters. Yeah. He wasn't in it as much. We didn't get to see his point of view about some of the things. I think that was my only, it's a rom-com, but it wasn't quite a triangle.
Exactly. Yeah. And then she's got, the best friend. It's got everything. The best friend tells you whatever. It's got...
Tells you what you want to hear, but then also tells you the truth.
And it's got, like I said, it's cute.
Yeah.
Everyone's not going to love it. There's going to be some people I don't watch those kind of, but if you watch the typical Netflix Christmas movie,
you ain't got nothing to do, sit up there and watch it.
Yeah, or I should say nothing to do, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I really liked it. And another thing I really liked about it, which some of my funniest lines I was cracking up laughing at, is that it's related to music. And
right.
Me being big into music. And they go and they're at a concert. And there's just some things that happen that I was just laughing. I mean, they have the manager. They have the band. They're backstage. They're talking about cops and just so many things that was just
right.
That was just so relatable and just. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I think it's good. Go see it.
Yeah, I think it's cute. Watch it.
I mean, Netflix has a lot of stuff going out, and I must give the Netflix publicity team some credit, because there is not a day that goes by that I do not get an email from Netflix.
That's true. They promote their stuff, right?
They have different teams that work on different projects,
right?
It is not a day to go by I do not get at least 3 or 4 things from Netflix. They are telling you what's happening, and they are working it. There are so many things on Netflix.
There's a couple other things coming up Netflix too. I just have to mention.
Okay, go ahead.
They're getting into the football game, the NFL football. On Christmas Day, they're going to be showing a game. It's the Houston Texans, and Beyonce is going to be the halftime show during Netflix, which is live. They've already kind of experienced the live Netflix things with, they did a tennis match, and then they just did the fight with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and so now they're doing football. So that should be interesting to see how well these live events really stack up. It's no longer pay-per-view, I guess. It's the live events.
Yeah, I know a lot of people always say, oh, football starts my family from doing things when they show it on Christmas, and why can't they show it a different day? Because, some people don't want to watch it.
Who says that?
Don't want to watch it. I have friends like, oh, my house is going to watch football day. My family, we want to go do other things. It's the holidays.
Okay.
Football's on every day, 3 or 4 weeks, and at least I give us, Christmas. I'm like, oh, football's starting trouble on a holiday.
Yeah.
If you think football is starting on trouble on a holiday, Beyonce is going to be doing a halftime performance.
She's adding to it, yeah.
She is adding to it because the Beehive is going to be stopping tracks and telling relatives.
They're ready.
I mean, they're going to be telling people that they're ready. I mean, there's a time when they're starting. I remember when Prince played the Super Bowl.
Oh my God!
I arranged my life around that performance. We were going to the Hilton Hotel to get ready for the Oscar luncheon, and I was like, "What time? We had to be there." I had to plan what time we were going to go to lunch, what time to get back to the hotel, what time to do it, because I was
hotel
not
traffic, street closures, yeah.
Yeah, and my friend was like, we're just going from Wilshire to this Subway, pick up some sandwiches with a cool, and I can take it back here, and I'm like,
that could be a long time in LA trying to get back and forth.
We're going to pick these sandwiches up, and then I'm like, what are we eating? We're eating Subway. Okay, what time? Because I was like, I need to get that Subway and get back.
Right.
What's only, I don't care, I'm not missing Prince.
Right.
Perform on the Super Bowl. And
right.
What happened? We went, we got to the Subway, we got the sandwiches, we came back. I was sitting there, and I did not miss Prince. So yeah. And that was crazy. Back then.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but.
So, yeah, check out Netflix. They have a lot of good things to offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready for Beyonce.
I know.
Lord, it's coming.
Yeah. Let's see. Where's she going to go to next?
Oh, was that the last thing you wanted to mention? Was the Beyonce? Okay.
Yeah. I want to mention Beyonce.
Let's talk about...
Because she's everything at the moment, you know.
How about Prime Video?
Oh, okay. Prime Video has a few things coming up. They have some shows that are streaming now. One of the main things they have is a new show called Cross, and it's a James Patterson movie, and it stars Eldridge Hodge as the I want to say the main detective. He's a cop who's trying to find a serial killer. It's got really, really good reviews. The show's brilliant. It's a James Patterson movie. It's the #1 bestseller of a movie. And it's like him and his partner try to solve a serial killer that's going around town. And he's also trying to save his family because, of course, he gets targeted because of it. And it's Ryan Eggold, who was in New Amsterdam. He's had a big major role in Law and Order this past season. Love him, but he's playing a kind of dark character, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes with that. But one of the things I want to mention about it is that, you know, there's a lot of mysteries, a lot of dramas and stuff that do really well. And there are a lot of procedurals, and it's good. Supposedly, Eldridge has been doing a lot of press for it. He's going on talk shows and things like that. And he was talking about his character, and he wanted to make sure that the main character was a black guy. And he said he read the script at the beginning, and he saw it, and he wanted to know if the guy was black, mainly because he wanted to protect black stories. He wanted to protect it and make sure that the story was been written in a way that represents black culture, but not the stereotype version of it.
Dude, yeah, there's a lot of. I'm gonna be watching that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching him on shows. I'm like, I like him a lot. He's a great actor. I want to see his work and all that stuff too.
Right.
There's so much going on. I mean, this month alone, just on Prime, in my old ass is one of them. There's, and then another one thing about Prime too. You can catch up on some series of stuff. That
you haven't seen.
Or just you want to watch it. I mean, the other day I was going through there and I was like, Bones. They had like Bones season 1 through 12.
Yeah.
Like, you can watch that. Then they had like some old stuff. They had like all the airplanes, like Airplane Lasico.
Right.
What's going on with that, you know?
They also have The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, yes.
Love that show. And
that was the reason we got one of Amazon Prime.
The first reason for it. Then coming up, they're going to have Jeopardy version, but this one is Pop Culture Jeopardy. It's going to be with Colin Jost as the host, and it's going to be all about like pop culture categories. Because, you know, a lot of times when you watch Jeopardy, everybody knows there's the street smarts and then there's the book smarts. And Jeopardy has been like, 95% book smarts. And so they're incorporating that into a little bit too, to make sure that pop culture and stuff gets referenced, because it's just as popular and a lot of fun.
And you suggested that to one of the executive producers.
I sure did.
Backstage at one of the daytime news a couple years ago. You said you need to do more songs.
I said they need more music categories, and I've noticed a difference.
And he
in
said,
the music categories.
That's a really good idea. We've been talking about it.
And we're going to do a pop culture Jeopardy. And I'm like, and here it is.
And here it is.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah. And
one of the things, too, on Amazon Prime is that they have Thursday Night Football, which could be very confusing because there's football on Monday nights, there's football on Thursday nights, there's football on Sunday nights.
There's a lot.
Yeah, that's true. So there's a lot of other things going on, but I just wanted to mention that too because a lot of people need to know that it's available and that it's around.
Yeah, I know one thing. I know just with this week, they have the Crew Intentions.
Oh, yes.
Crew Intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Diner Club Season 3.
Right.
The Meg is out. Coraline just came out this week. Coming up this next week. It's in the Game is out. It's available on there. The Secret. Dare to Dream. There's a lot of stuff coming out. So that's one show. You can watch new stuff. You can also catch up.
Yeah, you can rent as well too and buy. There's a lot of movies that are available on Amazon Prime as well.
Yep, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Want to talk about Peacock?
Sure. Peacock. Okay. Peacock has I just like saying it. Peacock.
Okay.
They have Days of Our Lives, which is coming up. They have Thanksgiving for that. And then they're going to be honoring the character of Doug Williams, who is going to, spoiler alert, pass away this week. They've been advertising it. There's promos out and stuff, right? And it's to, in a way to honor the late Bill Hayes. So everybody should check that out. And that airs weekdays on Peacock.
Yeah, weekdays on Peacock. I just got my tissue ready. I got one of the big packs to buy, the travel kits and all that. So I brought a pack of that to use because I'm traveling this week. But I have, I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it's gonna be sad.
Yeah, and they have a lot of old favorites coming back.
If you ever watched Days of Our Lives when you were young, or when you were little, or when grandma, or
this might be the week to tune in.
This would be the week to tune in. Start catching up now if you haven't catched up. If you watched a week, in advance, because it's gonna be a tearjerker.
Right.
Because not only did the character died, the actor died in real life. And his wife is on the show. She plays his wife on the show. Yeah,
Susan Seaforth Hayes.
And now we're going to deal with the character dying on the show.
Right.
So it's going to be...
They were Doug and Julie with a couple.
Julie, yep.
First super couple. I remember my mom loved her some Doug and Julie. So there you go.
Yeah, my grandmother's favorite. So
yeah.
Days of Our Lives. That's how we start. That's like we were ABC people. We didn't watch the other soap operas, but we started watching... here and there, CBS and NBC, because of Grandmother Come Visit and Mom, Doug and Julie.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then also on Peacock, there's a couple drama series. There is The Day of the Jackal with Eddie Redmayne and Lashana Lynch. That seems really good. It's a political thriller. It's about an assassin.
Yeah.
And them trying to go through a big, huge political thriller. That's done really good. There's a lot of episodes of that. I think it's about 10 episodes, and it's ready to go as well. So that's something people can check out.
We haven't had a chance to view those in advance besides the junkets, but
right.
They look like they have really good chemistry. All the promotional clips that we have received, everything seems really, really good. And the connection between Eddie, and all that. So I'm ready to watch the full thing. Yeah. Besides the previews that we've had.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. And, of course, they have holiday stuff, too.
Yeah, they do.
And they've already started, our holiday story. There's things that's coming to Peacock. There's a lot of titles coming up. And then you could also watch the original. You could also go back and watch the older stuff that's out.
Right.
As well.
Yeah, there's a lot of, if you like the Minions for your kids, you want to just have them babysit, in a sense, give them something to watch. There's Despicable Me 4 that came out this summer. There's a couple of Wicked specials because Wicked is out in theaters now. So there's a few things that you can watch out on Peacock if you want to see it. And as I say, Peacock.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, there's Night Court. Yeah,
Night Court's coming
on there.
New episodes of Night Court are coming back in January, so that's a good way to start it. No, I apologize, not January. Next month, which is December. Yeah. I can't believe it's December already, but new episodes are coming back there.
Twister.
Yeah, Twisters. That was a very popular movie from the summer.
This summer, that's out.
That's playing now.
Yeah, St. Dennis Medical.
Yeah, with David Allen Greer.
David Allen Greer.
Funny comedy. Yeah. Sort of like Scrubs, which I think is a kind of good one to see if you like those kinds of shows, like Scrubs and The Office. those satirical sort of like, I don't know what you call them, but it's one to watch.
And that's another one that's also showing, all the movies that you need to see, like Dirty Dancing. I saw that was on.
Yeah.
Oh, Dirty Dancing's on.
Yeah.
And they had the 1987 version with my boy Patrick Swayze, and then they had the 2017 version. I was like, oh, okay, so they have it all going on. They even had Dirty Dancing to Havana Nights, which I don't know. Well. But so you can watch a lot of stuff on there. They have a lot, there's a lot of stuff on there. Interstellar.
Yeah. Oh,
Interstellar, which
I love Interstellar. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's like watching it again and realizing like the familiar ties about it, the drama part of it. So I don't know if there's a movie you want to watch, that's one that you can watch as well too.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff going on Peacock, and also they have a lot of my favorite things, music documentaries.
Oh yes,
the Run DMC one.
Yeah.
There's just so many good things to watch. Also music wise.
Right.
So get your Peacock. Look at that. Go to the documentary section, and you can also pick up some music ones as well.
Right.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah, there's some things going on in Paramount Plus as well. There, of course, is a couple of like music documentaries and things that people might want to watch. For ladies, girls that are into your boy bands, your blockheads, or whatever, there's that documentary with New Kids on the Block, all those other ones. I can't remember the name of it.
All those other ones?
I don't think, no. I didn't.
All those other ones?
No, I just don't think I wrote it down. I'm looking at my notes briefly, and I don't see them on here.
All those other ones is fine, because New Kids on the Block and New Edition are my favorite boy band.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's the name of it? I honestly don't remember the name of it. And the band play don't know.
Because any time, New Kids on the Block, I've been rocking New Kids on the Block since the 80s, when they first came out, and their tour bus said New Kids on the Block.
Right.
There was 7 of us waiting for them, and they came out and said, oh, where's the... And we still ready for them. They were so excited. We've been all buddies ever since. Anyway,
right.
And because any time you can throw in an 80s reference, you gotta do it. And if you had told me that New Kids on the Block would be selling out stadiums,
larger than life, reign of the boy bands, I could not for the life of me remember it.
Stadiums, creating their own tours,
right?
Doing all this stuff. Donnie and Mark would be actors and doing all this, and Jonathan would be doing a homemaking show. Jonathan was just so quiet, so shy. I would have said, okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have believed it. I'd be like, there's no way it's going to happen. I mean, you knew Jordan and Joey Joe, what we used to call him.
Joey Joe.
We know they were going to always do music. Because they were like the singers. So the singers, you expect when this group was over, they would break up, they would do solo stuff, and then they would go off, get married, have a family. And you thought you would never see New Kids on the Block. That's usually how it happens.
Yeah, it's true.
A lot of the boy bands.
And they were still going on strong.
A 5-year plan, and they overexpose all the bands. That's the group, because in 5 years you got to get it, because another band's going to come up, and bands would fade away.
Yeah,
so you expect it, not in a mean sense, but you expected it, but in a comeback sense. And when they came back in 2008, the fans were there, but it wasn't a lot of fans. They were playing theaters that were 3,000, and it was like you had to get people back. And now, here we are.
Yeah. And so this documentary talks about New Edition, New Kids on the Block, NSYNC. It even goes into the older bands that kind of help them move along. The Beatles, the Jackson 5 with Michael Jackson, even to the newer ones, like 17, the little K-pop boy bands and stuff that are going on too now. Yeah, so that's a really good one to watch if you're into music, if you're into nostalgia, and if you're into boy bands.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Landman.
Oh, yes. Landman is a Taylor Sheridan drama, which is I don't know if it's an extension of Yellowstone, or it's just in the vein of Yellowstone.
On the 11-part podcast, Boomtown. It's supposed to be a modern day tale.
Right.
Of fortune seeking of the world of oil rigs.
Yeah, well, it stars John Hamm, Demi Moore, Billy Bob Thornton, Allie Larder. And so it's supposed to be really good drama. People think of it as Dallas.
But it probably, loosely, but look at the Dallas. And I haven't seen the episodes yet, but Billy Bob, and they've been doing a lot of press, a lot of promotion, a lot of press.
Right.
And people are talking about it, so.
Yeah, so it's one to watch.
Yeah, so there's a lot. I mean, the agency will be coming out this week.
Right.
We also have, agencies out, Paramount Plus. There's like
what?
Sorry. Dear Santa.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Santa will be on the 25th.
Yeah.
They got Transformers 1 just came out a couple weeks ago.
Right.
There's a lot of things. Well, that's just a couple weeks. About a week ago, actually.
Yeah. And then earlier.
And then the Larger Than Life.
Right.
With the Ring of the Boy Bands.
And then that Motley Crue one you were watching.
And then there's there's also an NFL game.
Well, there's always
CBS
games. Yes.
The Bears, they're going to have one on Thanksgiving. We're talking about the holidays.
There's a lot of things going on there.
And it's actually the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
Versus Detroit Lions.
Oh.
That has got so many stories. We don't have time to talk about that, but Thomas sisters being from
that area.
We got to root for the Bears.
Yeah.
One thing about Chicago fans, well, any fans say that.
Oh, yeah. And I don't care what anybody says.
Are dedicated to sports.
Yeah.
Dedicated.
Caleb Williams, their quarterback right now. He's one of, the rookies had a really good season when he was at USC. I'm rooting for my young black quarterbacks to succeed in the NFL this season, and I've got plenty to root for. So I'm rooting for Caleb. Go Bears!
Also, it's Native American Heritage Month.
Okay.
On Paramount Plus. So they've been doing a lot of stuff. They have 1883, 1923.
Right. Those are Taylor Sheridan movies, right?
Lawman, Bass Reeves. There's a lot of things going on from there. Also, Killing Eve, where you've been watching stuff. Tulsa King. Mm-hmm. And they have a lot of stuff going on.
And if you miss your CBS shows during the day, they have Elsbeth, Matlock's doing really well. The freshman shows, Elsbeth's into her second season, but the freshman shows, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage and Matlock are doing really well, so you can watch those.
And you can pick up and watch all of those.
Yeah, which I think is great. One of the other things that we should talk about was Apple TV has Shrinking, which is really good, psychological drama. I've seen all the episodes, so I'm not sure where we are in the thing. So they've had.
What do you mean you're not sure we are in the thing?
Okay. They were showing so many episodes in a week, and I'm not sure if the season finale has streamed yet. But I don't want to give a lot away.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to be careful sometimes. Because, because you get...
Right, no spoilers.
You get episodes in advance for certain shows, and you can't... You're not allowed to talk about or give anything away.
Right.
So you have to be careful sometimes with certain shows that... Not all the shows. All the shows you're not going to get.
Yeah, this second season, the characters are working more into their grief, of them losing their mom... The daughter losing the mom, Jason Segel's character trying to get over the agreement with his wife. It starred Brett Goldstein, who was one of the creators of the show. Has a cameo, has a small role in it. From Ted Lasso. Okay. He's written a lot of the episodes. And then Damon Wayans Jr. is on there as well, and he has a small little comedic role and stuff. So I would say that Shrinking is one of the ones to watch. People should watch that.
I just like when they're playing the music in the car. And, they pick the songs out and whatever else too.
Right.
And I've seen bits and pieces of it because you'll be watching it. So I'll see bits and pieces of it, and it seems, but I haven't watched. Like you said, there's so much TV. I haven't watched a lot of it yet.
Yeah, I could go on and on for more of it, but I really shouldn't. One thing I want to briefly mention, too, since we talked about football a little bit earlier, there are, on the Hallmark Channel, they're doing a couple of movies.
Oh, we're moving to Hallmark now? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. No problem.
There are a couple of movies that are inspired by the Kansas City Chiefs. There is one called Touchdown, a Chiefs love story. That one stars Hunter King, that was on Young and the Restless. and Tyler Haynes, who is in The Groomsmen, one of the Groomsmen characters. And it's all about a girl who's a super fan, and she is a huge fan of the Chiefs. This is some of our friends we know. Huge fan of the Chiefs, and she ends up falling in love with someone who works for the team. So there's a huge story behind that.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Is it loosely based on something?
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, okay.
And then there's another couple, a different kind of football one. So I think it's really cute. They've taken football and romance and mixed the two together to get a lot of people talking about it this season, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, they definitely got some going on.
Right.
Now, The Groomsmen.
Yes.
Is that Hallmark?
Yeah, that's Hallmark.
Okay.
The Groomsmen is aired.
Yeah,
You can go back and watch those as well, too. But that one's all about three best friends who, meet, and they're the romantic leads from, it's like the rom-com movie, or, the Hallmark movie from the male point of view. There's three different friends, they're best friends, and all three of them get their love story. One in one movie, one in another movie, one in another movie. And that was a really cute one if you want to watch that one.
I like the way they did it, because there's always something that they don't get to cover. Like, there's three people in the story, and you don't get to see all the story because of time. And they made each a separate movie.
Right.
I like that, the way they tied it. I like that it focused on the guy, because you usually see the girl, and it was focused on the guy have a story, and then whatever else.
Right, with a point of view, which I thought was great. So those are two that are coming on.
Yeah,
so
I really enjoyed those. I was like, when are they going to come on? Because we watched one, we went to watch the other one.
Right.
And then we finally got to watch the last one before it came on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I want to watch it. So I thought it was really, I liked it.
Yeah, it was really cute.
I thought it was really good. And then, of course, they have hundreds of Christmas ones as well,
Right.
Jungle Bell Run just, came out. Confessions.
Confessions
of a Christmas Letter.
Okay.
I love that title.
Jingle Bell Love. We should talk about that one. When we mentioned the boy bands, we should have mentioned that. But that one's on the Roku Channel, which means that it's free with the internet, and that's the Joey McIntyre one. So I thought that was really cute. Right, Joey?
No. Joey's isn't. Okay, no. Joey's is Jingle Ball Love.
Yeah, Jingle Ball. Oh, did I say it wrong?
Jungle Bell Run.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got them confused.
It's very easy to do because all the titles are the same.
Same, yeah.
The very one too.
As long as they have love in the title.
Yeah, that's on the Hallmark.
I apologize. That's the one I thought you were referring to. But we saw that one.
But
it's just as cute of a meat as well.
Jump on the Roku.
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead and talk about it.
It was very cute. It starred Joey McIntyre from New Kids on the Block, and basically he was a widowed father who is trying to, get along with his daughter, trying to get to know each other very well. The daughter doesn't like his girlfriend that he currently has, and he doesn't even seem to be just that into her. He's not answering her phone calls, not doing anything. But then they go to visit his in-laws, which is the, daughter's grandparents. And while he's there, he meets and falls in love with someone from that hometown. And so it's all about him pretending to be in love with her, not pretending to be in love with her. And the little girl goes to Santa and asks Santa to get her dad, a new girlfriend for Christmas.
Yeah,
so she sees the girl and she likes her. So she decides.
That was funny. Not a girlfriend. She wanted a new girl.
Yeah. Which I thought was kind of funny.
You always have that. You always have the kid and you see the real life, and they do not like this person who are dating. It's like they're not having it.
So again, it's the Christmas spirit that features a song from Joey McIntyre that he wrote that's about Christmas and stuff. So it's another one that's a must watch, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Or a could watch.
Yeah, there's a lot of Roku original things going out right now. There's a lot of TV shows. There's a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, lots of it.
There's a lot of new stuff that's going on. There's a lot of, older things going on, but that is what I do, that we watched, and we recommend that you watch.
And it's one that I've been watching, which is funny, but I'm not sure. Well, yeah, I can recommend it. I think it's funny.
Is it on Roku?
Yeah, it's the Charlie Puth show. Charlie Puth.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, he has a show, and he plays a version of himself, trying to navigate through Hollywood, through social media, and he's branching out to be more than just a music star or a pop star. That one's pretty funny, especially if you live in LA, if you've ever been an assistant, if you've ever had to deal with an assistant, if you've ever had to talk about social media managing. That's the only reason. I think it might be a little too LA, a little too New York, a little too industry for people to like, but it's very funny.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of the things to watch, especially if you live in LA.
I've been meaning to watch it. I just haven't yet.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch it. I don't know why I have not watched it yet, but I've been meaning to get to it. Maybe because we've been busy.
Right.
But, yeah.
But it's on, and it's a one that you can see it. It's not a must-see, but it's a see it.
Yeah. We're almost wrapping up here, aren't we?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, just about it. How about Max?
Oh, Max. Let's see. There is, of course, the Penguin just wrapped up, and it's, a version of Batman, and it's the Penguin from the Christopher Nolan, I apologize, not Christopher Nolan. It's the Matt Reeves version of Batman with Robert Pattinson. And so the Penguin is the main character of that, and that stars Colin Farrell. So you can watch that. And then there's also that kind of just started is The Sex Lives of College Girls. It's the Mindy Kaling show. And it's one of those ones where everybody can relate to it. It's about 4 girls and their college experience. They all live together, although I'm like, where'd they live together? In this kind of like dorm, sort of like apartment, dorm size suite? I never had that. I was either in a single or a double, or you had to get an apartment that was kind of off campus.
Yeah, but now
to live with a bunch of girls.
Like one for 3 people.
Yeah, I'm like, where did that come from? I could have used that. Anyway, it's about their...
But sometimes you think you got more space and you actually do, because there's 3 of you all happy because the place is bigger.
Yeah.
But your space may not be as big, but things have changed.
Well, 2 girls share a bedroom.
Yeah.
There's a common bathroom, and there's a common living room where they all share. So it's kind of like an apartment, whatever. There is Sherry Shepherd. Got to give Sherry a shout out.
Sherry.
She plays the senator on there whose daughter is going to college in this, particular one. And it's all about their lives. You have the friend that's more sexually provocative. You have the new girl. You have the one who's experiencing life, quote unquote, for the first time. And I think what about it is you're kind of like home. You're kind of like alone, away from home for the first time. So there's a loneliness, there's a homesickness, there's a lot of things that are relatable for it. And plus, it's Mindy Kaling, so it's funny. So that's one to watch. And I'm trying to think what else is on there. A lot of documentaries. If you want to watch music ones, there is Stax. There's older ones, too. There's Donna Summer. There is... I apologize. I can't remember which other ones. And then if you're missing something, you can watch Young Sheldon. You can watch The Big Bang Theory. You can watch Friends. And there's also TNT. So there's versions of the NBA basketball on there, too. There's a lot of things that are just mixed up that you can watch.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Just
right.
On... Because so the Max shows, so basically Max streams all the HBO shows and movies.
Yes, so HBO shows, movies, and Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so
and then there's a few Discovery things
coming
too.
Out. Creature Commanders is coming out on the 5th. Jordan number 2 will be out.
Yes.
On December 20th on Max.
Right.
That's one that's getting a lot of buzz. The Beetlejuice is supposed to be coming out.
Oh, you said Beetlejuice 3 times. That's not good. You only said it twice. I'm teasing.
There's a whole bunch of things that are coming to Max,
mm-hmm.
which are older movies that are now being released on Max that you can watch.
Yeah, you can watch them over your Christmas break.
You can watch your
Thanksgiving break.
Yeah. Your old favorites. You can watch stuff as old as the 1950s with Rise on the Range, something in the Goonies.
Yeah, Goonies.
1985, gotta throw in the Goonies. And then you can watch, all the way up to, White Bird and Blizzard 2014.
Right.
You can go to something that's, 2012. And you can go all the way up to this day. So there's a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
So it
can be overwhelming at one point, all the things that are available, but just watch them and have some fun.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff coming on. Oh, but I do want to mention one thing. It's the Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. The original. It's going to be coming out. It was in theaters for a week.
Right.
For more consideration. And then December 7th, it will be on.
Right.
It will be on
Max.
So that's something that is coming out. It's really touching, really, really one of those, really good situations.
It makes you see the other side of, someone that has suffered through a tragedy or some kind of accident, and how the family deals with it and carries on with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's White House Christmas on the 16th, Fast Friends on the 19th. There's just a lot of things. Looking at this list, it is long. It is a lot.
A lot to choose from. A lot to be entertained if you're sitting in front of your television set.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Belinda, there's so much going on. Is there anything that... Oh, one thing I didn't mention, but it's NBC, which is, not quite our part 2, but it's going to be playing on Peacock after it airs on NBC, and that's the Motown Christmas.
Yes.
That's coming up on December 11th, and it's Smokey Robinson and Halle Bailey. They're hosting it, and it's going to have a lot of old Motown classic songs, a lot of old Motown people. And so if you're into the holiday spirit and you also love Motown, that's one of the ones that you can watch on December 11th, which means it'll probably be on Peacock on December 12th.
Yeah,
Ain't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, which I think was good. Is there anything else, Belinda?
There is so much.
I know.
There is so much. I think we hit the basics. We just wanted to give a little bit of each.
A little taste, right.
Each network. We could totally go down so many
on
of
and
them
on, right.
And go on and on and on and on and on about it. But we're not. But I did have one thing written down. Interior Chinatown.
Yeah, I mentioned that a little briefly.
Okay.
It's coming. It's on Hulu, but you can also watch it on Disney Plus too. And that is about a guy who works in a restaurant. Then he gets involved in a spy series or a killer thing. And I think what's funny about it is that, especially in the first episode, he talks a lot about mysteries and ever seeing action movies. And his friend is one who has never seen an action movie. He goes, come on, man, you've never seen an action movie? All the procedural movies always start with there's a dead body, or you see the scene of the crime, or the person's turn around, minding their own business, they turn around, and there's the killer. You either have the killer, you either see the killer kill, you see just the dead body, you have to go back and figure out how to do it. And it's really funny because the guy's like, what are you talking about, man? So that's on Hulu, which is also on Disney Plus. So I think that's one of the ones that people can watch as well. Seems very funny.
And you could always watch Love Actually.
Oh yeah.
That's playing on things.
Yeah, it's going to be playing somewhere.
I watched that once a year.
And well, since we're going there, what about It's a Wonderful Life? That's going to be coming on at some point. Charlie Brown Christmas. You got to watch all those things too. Mariah Carey's having a couple of specials again. That's going to be playing on Apple, so look for those. And we'll probably talk about a little bit more in a future podcast.
Planes, trains,
and automobiles. Yes.
If I don't watch that on Thanksgiving, something is wrong. Something is wrong.
Right. Oh, and then I also have to watch the Friends Thanksgiving marathon episodes. They did episodes for each season, and we just went to the Warner Brothers Friendsgiving tour that is going on now through, I want to say December 6th or December 8th. I apologize for not knowing, but check it out on our TV Music Network website where we talk about that there.
Well, you watch those Friends. You watch that Friends marathon when I'm still sleeping. Wake me up when it's time for the Brad Pitt episode. And then I'll be there.
That one's funny.
Yeah, I love that one. Anyway, where can we find you on social media?
Oh, gosh. Let's see. I'm on Blue Sky. Phyllis Thomas, Blue Sky. You can find me. And I'm still on regular social media. Phyllis_Thomas, Phyllis S. Thomas. I'm just everywhere. Okay. And mainly I'm on TVMusicNetwork.com. Belinda, where can people find you?
You can find me, Belinda's LA Music. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to be setting up my Blue Sky tonight. And TV Music Network is also on all channels.
Right.
And also our podcast. This podcast is also everywhere. You can find it on Apple, Spotify,
You're right.
iHeart. Anywhere you get your podcast, pass the word around. That's where you can find me.
Yeah, which is very cool.
There is so much TV. We hope you gave you a little bit of taste of what to look at.
Right.
We'll come back with as it goes on, we can next couple podcasts.
Right.
We'll probably talk about the TV. That's gonna be coming up later in the year or coming up for next year.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it from there and let you know more about that. Closing us out is an original song.
Yes.
Written and given to not written for us, but given to us by our good friends John Morgan and Dave Simiak.
Thanks, guys.
Eden. You're gonna hear just a little bit of the
of this beautiful song. Thank you again very much, guys, for the use.
Have a good holiday season.
Goodbye. Bye.